This is incredibly rare footage of Bruce Lee being confronted by a stuntman behind the scenes during the filming of Enter the Dragon in 1973. Enter the Dragon, released in 1973, is without a doubt one of the greatest martial arts films of all time. Even after half a century, some of its fight scenes remain unmatched. But here's something most people don't know: outside of the movie itself, there were real fights on set, raw, unscripted, and far more brutal. During the filming of Enter the Dragon in Hong Kong, one scene required over 400 stuntmen. The production team had no choice but to hire local gang members to fill the roles. Unlike professional stuntmen, these gangsters weren't exactly polite. While Bruce Lee was resting between takes, one of them suddenly challenged him to a real fight. And the most reliable witness to this moment was none other than Bruce Lee's wife, Linda Lee.
There were a couple of incidents that happened during the filming of Enter the Dragon that perhaps are not evident to the viewer because it's all pieced together nicely. There was one extra on the set who I guess thought he would just see if Bruce was really a martial artist or was just an actor who was faking it. And he, between takes, when the extras are sitting around, standing around, and Bruce had a little time on his hands, one of these extras was goading Bruce all the time, like teasing him, like saying, you know, you're not any big stuff, I bet you can't do a sidekick, and da-da-da. And normally this kind of thing did not faze Bruce at all because he had evolved to that stage of being a martial artist that did not need to prove himself to every person that came along issuing a challenge or teasing him or picking on him or anything. So he did not always feel the need to react in the way that the person would be hoping that he would. But on this occasion, and I happened to be there on the set that day, and on this occasion, this kid was trying to show Bruce up and say he was a paper tiger. And Bruce felt that it had reached the point where if he did nothing and said nothing, he would not be able to inspire the rest of the extras to cooperate with him in the fight scenes and do what they needed to do to complete the movie. So he felt he needed to take a leadership role and to show this young man that he was going to have to eat his words. So, but he did it in a nice and playful way, and he called the guy down from where he was sitting up on a wall, throwing jibes at Bruce, and he said, hey, come on down here, you know. So he brought him down, and in the martial arts vernacular, I guess you would say he played with the young man. And he said, you know, they got in a stance, and he said, okay, go ahead, you know, try and throw a kick. Anyway, they had a little back and forth there, and by the time it was over, in about 30 seconds time, the young man was a true believer, and Bruce accomplished this in good nature, did not hurt the young man, but certainly showed him that he was a true martial artist and very skilled and knowledgeable. So everything went smoothly after that.
Filming Enter the Dragon took approximately 3 months. Aside from the fight witnessed by Bruce Lee's wife, Linda Lee, there was another real fight on set, this time challenged by a different stuntman. That fight was witnessed by Madalena Chan, the production manager, and later confirmed by Henry Wong, the film's second unit cameraman.
So anyway, there was this kid and said, I'll bet you anything I'm faster than you are. Bruce says, okay, if you're betting me, let me help you out. He draw a circle on the ground.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Remember, he draw a circle on the ground.
Yeah.
He says, I'm going to let you hit me 3 times.
Yeah.
If you push me out of the ring, I lose. But I'm going to hit you back 1 time. So the kid did, right? Yeah. Of course, he never pushed Bruce out of the ring. And then Bruce says, okay, my turn. So tell the kid, he said, I am going to hit you right here. He said, ready? And the kid says, what do you mean ready? Before he said anything, his teeth start falling out of the mouth. It was just so fast.
According to Madalena Chan, Bruce Lee confronted the stuntman who challenged him and took him down inside a small circle he drew on the floor. These unscripted fights weren't just stunts, they showcased Bruce Lee's unmatched speed, precision, and control. Even trained stuntmen couldn't land a single hit, proving why he was ahead of his time. The fight described by Bruce Lee's wife, Linda, also ended in just 30 seconds, even faster than the way Bruce Lee ended Bob Wall in the film. Beyond Linda and Madalena, many others on set witnessed the same fight between Bruce Lee and the stuntman. These moments weren't just fights, they offered a glimpse into Bruce Lee's martial philosophy, speed, efficiency, and total control over one's body. It's no wonder fighters today still study his techniques. And believe it or not, there's even more footage from the set that few have ever seen, footage that continues to shock martial artists decades later.
Something that he would do with a couple people on the set that he did with me once was just to show you how fast he was. He would say, catch my hand, I'm going to touch your nose twice. And of course you're ready and your hand's ready and you're gonna get him, of course. And I think he said, I'll give you $10 or something. And you have your hand there and all of a sudden it's over. And he would have touched literally almost the hair on your nose, just within a hundredth of an inch or something. Boom, boom.
When I first learned martial arts, I too have challenged many established instructors, and of course some other challenging me also. But what I have learned is that challenging means one thing, is that what is your reaction to it? How does it get you? Now if you are secure within yourself, you treat it very, very, very lightly, because you ask yourself, am I really afraid of that man? Or is that man, do I have any doubt within me that he's going to get me? And if I do not have such doubt, and if I do not have such fear, I would certainly treat it very lightly.